Also, I saw a lot of people are just saying like in general he was like a S tier hero, and this is the other thing that's kind of weird for me when people rank like S tier. Like everyone always asks why I never do like power levels for videos, because how do you like rank it, right? Because if you rank it just off of his cards, it shouldn't matter the um other cards I put in, right? It shouldn't matter because the heroes cards are S tier, um, which I don't think he is. I don't think he's S tier power. But a lot of people will want it to be instead, well, no, it depends on the aspect cards you put in because of whatever, whatever. And I never agree with that. So the reason being is because I could play Shield Justice decks, which I think is like a B tier deck with literally anyone. So that makes every single hero a B tier. So I've never really agreed with that. So that's why I always have a hard time power ranking stuff. Because there's two ways to look at it. I just don't agree with the one way. And I know a lot of other people do like that way of doing it. But yeah, I really thought he'd be more powerful by himself, and he wasn't, which is just like, it really kind of is throwing me off a bit. The momentum shift, low cost events help to trigger his upgrade ability. Yeah, I think I had to lean more into events to play that, and you're right, that would be a good one. Hulkling's greatest strength is his economy, probably. So if his economy isn't paying for things, it's not doing much. Exactly. Commons valid, appreciate that. Can't play precons. Ready for a fight. Protection is my favorite deck for him so far. All right, so I have to look into that. I 100% agree, or I 100% did not realize his shapeshifts were double resource when I played it, and I still like playing him. Now I want it to again. That's awesome. No, A or B tier, yeah. I feel like some heroes are better in certain aspects. Ghost Spider runs wild in protection, and that's the other thing too. Like, how do you judge it? Like, so do you take their best aspect for things and whatnot? So, and that's my issue with power ranking a lot of things, because I think there's so many ways you can cut the same exact thing or like make arguments for the same exact thing. So it's just tough. But yeah, hot takes, Hulkling. Okay. Would Bishop be under Strange and Maria? Fill up the deck with resources and win? Okay, so if you're asking me what I think my most like powerful heroes are, so I still believe Ironheart is the strongest hero in the game. I will die on that hill. That Ironheart is the strongest hero in the game. Better than Maria Hill, better than Doctor Strange, with the caveat that you have to build her out, right? I agree she's really weak in Form 1 or Phase 1, whatever it is. Phase 2 is just like normal hero. Phase 3 with her boots and her blasters out, she's unstoppable in my opinion. Like, she's just incredibly good, incredibly strong. So I still think she's like top tier up there. Scarlet Witch is not the GOAT. I mean, she's my GOAT, but she's not the most powerful hero. She does have some weaknesses. So I think Ironheart's number one. I think Strange and Maria Hill are right up there. They're probably in the top three. I think Spider-Ham is up there, is really strong. Bishop, I think, is up there too. I think Bishop's a top 5 hero. Bishop, you kind of have to run a very specific deck. Where was I going with that? So yeah, Bishop's up there, I think. I had to think about whether the heroes would be up there too. I do like Shadowcat and wait. Sort of not play Shadowcat and Ghost Spider in aspects outside of protection. Yeah, I think Shadowcat still works in aggression though, and so does Ghost Spider, but I get that. Just based on our ability to ready after response or interrupt where you run protection. Think I butchered that? Nah, I got you. I do like Mike, welcome to chat. I do like Shadowcat and aggression and Ghost in leadership. Spider-Ham stealing Hulk's original build. I mean, yeah, the pick is strong. So you don't factor early mid game into. Also, I feel like I missed someone's chat. I apologize if I missed someone earlier. Sorry, my son was upset and woke up in pain. Okay, so you don't factor early mid game into your evaluation of a hero's power, because I agree with you that Ironheart at version 3 is the strongest hero in the game, but I wouldn't rank her over some of the other heroes owning to her early mid game being weaker. I think you could, but I don't think it changes much. I think it evens out. I put because of how I would play Marvel Champions, generally speaking, right? Of that you focus on the like you focus on build out in the beginning, and there's not many heroes. Okay, wait, let me back up. Let me think about this for a second. So I put more value on endgame because I think when you play on expert like 2, let's say, the endgame push is the most important thing, right? Especially when you have to go nuts. So in an early game, you're just trying to hang on. And I think most heroes can hang on pretty evenly for the most part. I think if you're looking at early game stuff, it becomes like Angel, I think is one of the best early hero game. Angel is one of the best at early game stuff. Not the best, but one of the best because his events are really, really good and strong, right? He doesn't need much to kind of get that going. So he can just kind of go. But at the upper level, like he doesn't his power curve never like keeps going up. So like I guess it's wherever you think it's more important, really. Because if Angel starts off stronger than Ironheart, right? But then Ironheart surpasses and just like not unlimited, obviously, but just keeps going up. I think the higher curve at the end is the most important part, right? So if let's just again, I'm just taking Angel. You can insert whoever, but if their power curve starts off high and then kind of plateaus versus someone that gets higher past it, I would still put the higher one past it, if that makes sense. Now, if someone early on went super high up and like plateaued, and the next one like was longer, but they only went to like here, then yes, I would say that early person is. I'm just looking at overall, it doesn't matter when the power is, just what the total, I guess, power is, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that rambling made sense. Matter for welcome and chat. Hopefully you're doing well. I've rarely had an issue getting Ironheart built quick. Even in Form 1, her upgrade can do damage or thwart the bypass or stuns and confuse. I think turn 1, 80% of the time I can get to Form 2. And Form 2, for her, in my opinion, is A, B tier. Like, it's good. Like, it's good. And then I just need to get to Form 3 and get, whatchamacallit, her 2 upgrades out, which I could probably do by turn 3. Like, I've never had a hard problem with Ironheart getting her going. If I by turn 4 am not on upgrade 3 version and have at least one of those, like the boots or the blasters out, that's a really weird game for me. I mean, it happens, but it's really weird. Zama, Ironheart scales indefinitely, but I'm pretty confident I could end games with Cat before she gets there, would be my argument. See, I haven't had that for me personally. Because even Cap, I need to build out more. Like Cap, to me, when he gets the serum and stuff and builds off of it and does the stuns and whatever, like I'm still looking at round 5-6 winning. And at that point, round 5-6, like Ironheart's built out. At least the majority of the time, not all the time, obviously. I mean, Form 2 gives those upgrades doing 2 damage to thwart with ignoring stuns and confuse, which is basically normal hero stats every turn without exhausting your character. Yeah. It's always between Cable and Bishop for me. Cable can get high levels mid to late game, but it's a big windup. And that's the thing too, is like I recognize that Cable is strong, but as I've said, I cannot get him to work for me. I just cannot. Excuse me. So for me, like I would rank Cable lower because it never works for me, but that's not like fair, I guess. You know what I mean? But it's a big windup. Okay, but with Bishop, you ready to go once you have his coat and gun? Yeah, Bishop's stupidly strong once you get those 2 upgrades. Looks like testing your theory in PvP. I'd be happy to. And the same with Cable, but I love Bishop. Yeah. Yeah, I like Bishop a lot too. Bishop I just get bored with because I kind of do the same exact general idea every time, which is my only issue with him. But yeah. So doesn't higher difficulty like Expert Heroic apply earlier pressure though? I found that heroes with strong starts work better for me an Expert than slower start heroes. That's a good argument for sure, Zom. Usually through the aspect cards, I can still maintain the board well enough. I struggle, sure. But again, for me, Ironheart is a normal hero by round 2. So it doesn't really affect me that much, I guess, with her is what I'm saying. But my biggest issue is like if you take Mutagen formula, right? Like when you flip Green Goblin to stage 3, you have to win. And Cap, I don't always have the ability to do enough damage to like win on the flip versus some other heroes whose power level is much higher. I mean, well, Cap I could probably still do it with if you have all of his upgrades and you built out, but he's not starting off super strong. So yes, you get earlier pressure. I think you can combat it though with just good aspect cards or I guess allies too. Agents of Shield campaign was hella fun. Never played it. Sad D20 sad. After Age of Apocalypse, no, including Age of Apocalypse, I didn't play any campaigns. Hey, Shub, thank you for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Hey, Diamond's Edge. I typically don't try to insta-kill either Gabi on the stage flip because I like to make things harder for myself. That's fair too. But Zom, what I'm saying too is I think a part of it too is playstyle, right? So, and I think this is the other like reason why it's hard to tier rank things. Because again, like there are people that do really long build outs with everyone, right? Absolutely massive build outs, and then they're ready to go. Like watch Web Warrior, right? Does massive build outs and then he's just ready to go. Because I don't play that way as well as like a lot of other people though. I just play differently. So I don't know if that's a part of it too. Cap is the definition of okay. Okay, I mean Cap is like better than okay. Venom Goblin also starts you with 3 encounters in Expert though. Sure. I mean this is the argument for the hardest villain in the game on Expert, and that's fine. But if you get 3 bad encounter cards, I don't care how good your startup hero is you're still gonna have a rough time. I was able to find Ironheart at a local store recently, but I haven't opened it yet. What aspect do you like playing her in? It depends on the villain. So, whatever you need your aspect cards to do. Oh my god, that sounds like such a bad answer. Because she's so well-rounded and so strong, like if I know I have to do massive damage at the end, aggression. A lot of times because as a solo player, you have to focus on thwarting so much. A lot of times it'll be justice. But with her, I just need her aspect cards to either be upgrades that like help things out a little bit, or just to kind of keep like the early game good. And by early game, I mean like the first round or two. And after that, she's just winning. For me. But I would say too with Venom Goblin. Hold on, wait, let's roll with this for a second. I don't want to do Hall of Heroes. I've really gotten upset with Hall of Heroes because they don't have like the cards as much. I don't know. It's been a little while since I played Venom Goblin. So yes, you deal 2 face down encounter cards today. Toughness, obviously rough, 2-3 damage, whatever. But you get 3 on his form 3, which is still what? I don't know math, 25% worse. This is, hold on. Activate the entry, move the Galar count to the main scheme with the least threat, resolve its special ability. With the least threat. Is that the same wording? Oh, this places schemes faster. So this is going to even play schemes faster. So again, I want to push through stage 3 way faster. One of those heroes where it's all about her cards? Yeah, for me at least. Leadership Ironheart is awesome because Beast brings back her resource cards. That is a good one too. Oh, wait. Sorry, Zom. I missed one of your things. That's fair. I was just claiming that as an argument that you say stage 3 Venom Goblin, you need to be ready to go. Like you actually have to be ready at the start of the game. Oh, so I don't know if I said Venom Golem. I didn't mean Venom Golem. I meant Muge in Formula. Sorry if I missaid that. Was the one I was thinking of specifically. Um, Give me a second. Well, I guess it's the same exact thing, right? Deal 2 encounter cards, so you get 3, and then 3 cards. After he attacks and damages you, place 1 threat in the main scheme, and this is now placing 2, right? So like, I just don't want to deal with this that long. But for some reason, I was thinking that was way different in my head, and it wasn't.